Julie, and this is a live stream. I am trying to get back on track with our daily live streams, even while I am going through this allergy situation. Because, like I said in our last live stream, I am not going to let the nonsense hold us back or put our lives on hold. My sweet Reggie made me some coffee. It's delicious, fabulous. In fact, it is just my Reagan and I this morning. Olivia is at work, and James and Mariah are yet to come home from the big family camping trip that we had to pass up on. Hello, Vicky. Thank you for the reminder. Good morning, Manuela. Or apologies, good afternoon. Let me get subscribers only. There we go. Anyhow, I just wanted to get together here, meet up, and chat for a little bit. Hello, Bonnie. Good morning. Apologies for not giving a heads up about it that I was going to be doing this, but I wasn't sure I was going to be doing this until about 3 or 4 minutes ago. So here we are. How is everyone? I know our last live stream was pretty intense. It was rough. Hello, Renee. Thank you so much for stopping in on your way to work. Oh, I appreciate you. Yeah, it was rough last time, and I know that, and I appreciate all of you for letting me get all that out and vent and talk about the situation. I do want to say that things are going much better this morning. And we're working through, I am still trying to do things and enjoy things, like I said, and not be putting life on hold. I'm having to be more careful, of course. The most frustrating thing probably is I'm not able to burn my candle as much as I would like. And I am in full candle mode here until the weather warms back up in a couple of days and we get, second summer. But having the candle going, even with the air purifier going, wreaks havoc, which is very frustrating. But still doing things. And hello, Liz. And staying committed to what I was saying, my commitment to not let this situation hold us back, set us back too terribly much, and absolutely no more putting life on hold. No. Because things are going to come up and things are going to happen. Plenty of things are going to happen. And too often in my history and in the past, we've ended up, in limbo, on hold. For instance, a lot of you know that I don't like to sit on the other couch. I like to sit on this couch because on the other couch, I was on that couch for like minimum a year. And the whole process of breaking my foot, having it misdiagnosed for 6 months, then having a crazy intense surgery and my foot rebuilt, and then the whole process of healing and physical therapy and the whole recovery and all of that. I was on that couch, and mentally it's very difficult to be on that couch. So this is my couch now. This is where if I'm going to be on the couch, it's this one. Because I did lose, time of my life, to that situation, certainly. And not only did I lose those couple of years, but also the impact that it had on the rest of my life, And so, because of that and many other circumstances and situations, no, we are not putting life on hold. We are not doing that. No, we're not. So the plan tonight, so right now I'm soaking some plants in the front yard, getting them some good deep watering so that tonight I can easily transplant some of them, divide some of the perennials, get them moved elsewhere, and then they'll have all of tonight to rest. Tomorrow should be a fairly mild day as far as some fall temperatures, but then the next day we're back up to the upper 80s, low 90s Fahrenheit. And so I'll have to keep an eye on them and take care of them to make sure they get a chance, but it's got to get done, and I'm going to do it. And then next on my list, I'm going to start working on things in the patio, some of those, and finally add in the soil to, and this will have to be done early in the morning or at night, but to add in soil to the existing planters out there. And then I'm going to sow a bunch of greens, different lettuce, spinach, parsley, cilantro, those kinds of things, salad greens and whatnot, for fall harvest. And I'm just going to go ahead and just do it. I'm just going to do it. And as I've said, I will continue to be careful. I will, of course, have an EpiPen with me, and I'll be smart about it, but I'm not living life on hold, as I said. There's stuff that's got to get done, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it. The other thing I want to commit to today, this is a commitment. I am going to spend 2 hours editing today. I'm going to use my lap desk thing that James bought me a couple years ago and bring my computer up here, my laptop right here. I've been finding that my lovely little corner down there, my issue is I want to be in the sunshine. I want to enjoy this sunshine. And so it's difficult to drag myself down there to edit. So I'm going to go ahead and do it up here and get the editing done. Not all of it. There's so much to do. There's so much. But I can at least get on it, because there's so many things going on that I want to talk about, but I have videos waiting to be made on those subjects, and so I need to get them done so that then we can talk about them. Oh my God, Renee. What? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's terrible. You be careful, Renee, because the things that could be burning in a scrapyard, oh my God. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. I hope you will get one of those, what are they called? N95 masks. Because that is really dangerous. It's really dangerous. The things that can be burning and putting off those kind of fumes. I'm reminded of one of my favorite movies, Towering Inferno, The Towering Inferno. And it's one of those like epic disaster movies from the 70s. Highly recommend it. Super good. Steve McQueen and Paul, whatever his name is, on does the dress, it had the dressings, the like salad dressings. Anyway, uh oh, sorry, I just got a message from my brother. Okay. He and I are talking about how to grow grapes in Flagstaff. He's tried to grow grapes there. They've all died. I've been doing some research. Oh, Paul Newman. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Vicky. We are going to grow grapes on his property in Flagstaff, but that's a whole side thing. Anyway, but in that movie, The Towering Inferno, when it catches fire and the firemen come and everything, hi, Julie N. Oh, I'm so glad you could join us, and I'm glad you were able to get home safely. That's wonderful. So one of the things that they mention in there is they want to know, like, what stores or companies or what manufacturers have places in the building because of the fumes and the toxic gases that are a result of those places and those things catching fire. Yeah. So a lot of times when a building burns down, a house burns down, or whatever, people die from the toxic fumes. Because it is, yeah, pretty nasty stuff, pretty dangerous. Really, Manuela? How about that? Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Because of those chemicals, very dangerous, very dangerous. All right, so let's freak ourselves out for a minute here, just because. I've been watching some of these disaster documentary shows, because I do. And do you have any idea, on an average day, how many incredibly dangerous chemicals and substances are in your vicinity or are traveling in your vicinity? Do you have any idea? Even below you in the ground, natural gas and gas lines and all of that. Above or below you, the power lines, trucks traveling back and forth, carrying all kinds of chemicals and toxins and gases and what have you. It's one of those things that we either aren't aware of or decide to not be aware of, because yeah, it's freaky. So there was this one, and I don't remember all the details 100%. In fact, I don't even remember where this happened. But there was a truck carrying some kind of inflammatory or toxic or both substance, gas, what have you. And it did not clear a bridge that it was trying to go under. And because of that, now it didn't boom right away. It took time as the gases released, and someone was coming and viewing it and had lit a cigarette, and kaboom, kaboom. Crazy stuff. Then there was another one where it was like a factory of some kind that was, let's see, how did it go? Something burst, I don't know, or leaked, and this noxious gas of some kind leaked out into the surrounding neighborhood. Yeah, it was like very near to a residential area. Zoning issues right there. And left this fog this fog that just spread through the town. And as it spread, anyone that was exposed to it, for instance, people that were in their cars in the area, they died. They died because of this, whatever this gas was that was just spreading. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, one other. So, one of you will probably know. Hi, Kitty. Thanks for being here. One of you will probably know, as we have a lovely assortment of, well, I guess we're not frugal friends on here, but of our obsessions throughout the world, which I'm so grateful for. You guys are wonderful. But there was a port, like a seaside port, industrial, well, not industrial, but a port. And there was a large amount of something like fertilizer or what have you that was being stockpiled because of some customs issues. I don't know. And it ended up exploding in this port city and just like leveled. It was like having an atomic bomb. Oh, thank you, Kitty. I've got the green on here with some black and white speckles, and the purple on here with some black and white speckles. Hi, Galaxy. Thanks for being here. Yeah, trying to feel some of my Halloween fall vibes. Yes. Anyway, I can't remember where it was. But literally the like this whole thing blew up, and it was an issue of just red tape, bureaucracy, customs issues, no one wanting to claim this thing or that thing, no oversight, and this insane amount of like fertilizer type stuff just stockpiled there, left there with no precautions, no safeguards in place, and boom. Crazy stuff. Oh, that's awesome, Renee. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so I have to give a spoiler. I will get the video done. Like I said, during my 2 hours that we are going to edit today. But I have to tell you this other little spoiler because it is very important. And you were talking about Halloween and stores putting stuff out. Once I get back on my Zolaire, we are going to be able to go and do a looky-loo dumpster diving situation. Why? How? How are we going to do that? My Olivia bought a car! She bought a car! I don't know when James is ever going to get around to getting a work car so that I can use the family car. Who knows when that's ever going to happen. But Olivia bought a car and very generously, very graciously has offered to take me on like a nighttime, middle of the night dumpster diving adventure. I just need to get the Zolaire in my system, and then we can do that. and it's my or a variety of my dream car, which I know is so strange to a lot of you that my dream car is a Nissan Altima, but I have a long backstory with it, and that's what I try to rent anytime we're renting a car is a Nissan Altima because I love Nissan Altimas. She got one. It's a 2014. It is so cute. It is so lovely. And why did she get a Nissan Altima? Well, because it's a good car, but also because she's heard me talk about them like forever. Anyway, it's so beautiful and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. She's been taking everyone on rides in her car. You know, she's having so much fun with it. She's so excited. And anyway, so we just got to get the Zolaire back in my system, get on top of that. And then we get, it's just, you know, having good news. You know what I mean? Like it's, what a wonderful thing. Hi, Pamela. Pamela, I am doing well. I am doing well. I'm managing and I'm living, and kind of the theme of this live stream today has been not putting life on hold, not living in limbo, just continuing to live. Be cautious, you know, I'm being cautious. But I'm managing. I'm on all kinds of steroids and other medications and things that I don't like being on. But that's what's necessary right now. And so that's what we're doing. That is what we are doing. Reggie, will you let Kitty in? Yeah, isn't that so exciting about Olivia's car? For so many reasons. For so many reasons. It's just, it's so wonderful. My Lulu is doing so well. A lot of you know that we've had so many struggles in the past and things with her and with her mental health, and you know, it's been a journey. She bought a car. There are good things happening. I know, per our last live stream, you know, things were pretty rough. That was a rough moment. And again, I appreciate all of you letting me vent all that and get all that out. Okay. But there are also so many good things. So many good things. My Lulu bought a car. We're in a good place. We just got to get that goddamn Zolaire in my system again. Yeah, Kitty, absolutely. We can definitely day trips and Reggie, what are you doing? You know how fun it is that it's just me and my Reagan here? Just me and my Reggie hanging out, being together. It's a beautiful thing. He kidnapped La Gatita. No preciosa, kitty, 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 hermosa Angelita, maldita, regalita, de mi papá en el cielo, kitty. She's trying to escape. But yes, Kitty, now, yeah, girly day trips. Ooh, I was going to tell you. Hold on. Oh, Vicky. Oh, relationships with our fur babies. Oh, they are adventures. My sister and I, speaking of little trips, little girl trips, we are going next month. No, not next month. October. Sometime in October, we are going up to Idaho to Ketchum, Idaho, where Ernest Hemingway is buried. We're going to go there while the leaves are all doing their thing, and we're going to have a little weekend adventure, drive through the sawtooths, whatever's left of them after all those fires. Excuse me. And we've been talking about going and visiting Ernest Hemingway's grave. Both Raquel, my sister, and I are English majors. She, of course, went on and got her master's degree. I'm so proud of my little girl, in communications as well. But but both of us, hardcore English people, hardcore. Reading, writing, all of those things. Hi, Phyllis. Kitty just escaped from Reagan and is now sitting over by the front door. Excuse me. But anyhow, we've been talking for years about going to Ketchum, Idaho, and paying our respects and visiting Ernest Hemingway's grave. Well, we're finally going to do it. We are finally going to just do it. And at that point, I will have been on the Zolaire long enough. And then I do have, this was something I was going to talk about, but on our last live stream, we spoke about the Zolaire and the allergy situation, but now we can talk about this other thing. So I had mentioned that I had another doctor's appointment, and that was with my spine pain, whatever people. Well, that sciatic nerve situation that I've been having, I thought it was just because we had some tight muscles and whatnot. That's not true. And it is bothering me significantly again. But I went and visited with my, spine pain people. And what I didn't know, and just found out, as we were looking through my x-rays and MRIs, was that there is significantly more arthritis issues and degeneration and bulging discs that I didn't know about in my spine. I knew that the arthritis was happening and there were things, but there was stuff I didn't know about. Again, lack of communication. I'm going to start getting a hold of all my records, of all of my procedures, all of my imaging. I'm going to start demanding all of those records and information so that I can go through and know exactly what is happening in here. You know what I mean? Because if I would have known this back when that imaging was done a year ago, we could have done some things about it, So anyway, come to find out. So I was like, well, we had those nerve ablations. So if there's something going on in my spine, why didn't those take care of it? Well, my doctor tells me, he said, no, that was an entirely different nerve. The one that's bothering you right now is because of the arthritis and the bulging discs and the lack of squishy stuff and the what have you. So easy fix. And when I say easy fix, it's not an easy fix. It will be another procedure because, of course, but it's one I'm very excited about. It will be another live x-ray targeted epidural injection procedure into my spine. But it's going to be good. I know that all sounds like, oh my God. And it, believe me, I also feel that. But because of the injections and the ablations and everything that I've had done already in my spine, I'm not worried. I was worried before I had all those, but I'm not worried now because of how much they have helped and how well it all went and the research that I've done. Hi, Holly. I'm so glad you're here, Holly. Excuse me. Guys, we're this is, it is what it is, the allergies. But we, we've begun the yet another pre-authorization process. Only I trust this doctor and their people, so this will actually happen as we've planned. So anyway, we're gonna take some of this other medicine. Hold on. So the pre-authorization process will take a couple of weeks. Then we got to get on the schedule. And ideally, we'll be able to get this procedure done next month. And they'll go into the spine, into the area of the degeneration and the bulging discs, and help to calm all of that down so that we then won't be dealing with this sciatic nerve problem and having to take steroids for that, to calm it down. So super excited. It's going to be good. It is going to be good. In the meantime, I have anti-inflammatories like, turmeric, cinnamon, that kind of thing that I'm taking. I can't take any NSAIDs like ibuprofen or anything because of the gastritis, though I admit when I'm desperate, I will have one or two. Knowing that, I'm going to bleed a little bit, which is, but sometimes that's just the only way and the only thing that works. But, but anyhow, hopefully we will have that all done and recovered from, because of course there will be a recovery of a couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll have all that done and be well into the recovery in time for Raquel, my sister, my darling, for her and I to go up to Idaho in October. So, and even if I'm still recovering, hey, I got pain meds and she's going to be driving. So we're good. You know what I mean? Super exciting. Good things happening. Good things happening. Now, in the meantime, I'm sitting on a heating pad and it helps very much with that butt cheek. There's so many good things about finding this out and that we're going to be taking care of it. But it's kind of nice knowing that there's nothing I could do about it on my own, because I had been thinking and feeling like, other than getting healthy, losing weight, all of that, obviously, but many of you know when you're on steroids like I'm on right now, you do your best, but they're going to do what they're going to do. Steroids are terrible, but they're keeping me alive and breathing. So what are you going to do? But anyway, but no amount of stretching, physical therapy, any of those things can fix the issue of that nerve. And that is somehow incredibly helpful for me and has actually made me feel really good, because it's nice to know that I couldn't fix it on my own. That we have to have this procedure done. There's something so comforting about that. And I'm not sure why that is. I haven't really thought it out or processed it to figure out why. But maybe it's something to do with like taking the onus off of me. I am one that likes to be in charge. I like to plan ahead. I like to prepare for any foreseeable outcomes of situations and possibilities and disasters. But sometimes that gets overwhelming and I get tired of being in charge. And there is a comfort in having a situation where it is 100% beyond my control. And I have to have, no gatita, maldita. She just loves to mess with the tripod. It's nice sometimes to be able to turn everything over to someone else and not have, no gatita, to not have the responsibility myself. And to know that there's nothing else I could have done. So it's not my fault, if you will. There's comfort in that. There is. Jen, hi Jen. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Jen, I am definitely still struggling, but we are managing it. And thank you for caring and being concerned about me. I just love you. I just love all of you. You guys are so good to me. And I do, well, I'm not going to apologize. You guys have been telling me stop apologizing. But I know that the last live stream was a lot. It was a lot and it was intense. And I appreciate you all so much for letting me get all that out and for being my support system. I appreciate it so much. I know it was a lot. And it's still a lot. But I'm managing it. I'm on crazy amounts of steroids and other medications. And just living, Jen and everybody, just trying to not be in limbo, not let life be on hold, being cautious, but still just doing things and living my life and enjoying this glorious weather cautiously, gardening cautiously. But I can't let it keep holding me back or, stealing time. We're doing the best we can. Now, God, I'm sorry, guys. Kitty, I appreciate that. And I have felt your hugs. Your kind thoughts, your energy, your prayers, your all of that. I have felt it and I have appreciated it. And I do believe in the power of energy. And I appreciate it so much, you guys. I appreciate it so much. Now, to get back in the comments and answer some things. Kitty. Halloween is going to be a different situation this year. I know I've talked about this elsewhere, but you might not have heard, my darling. My energy and time and effort and pain levels and all of that are going into revitalizing. Reggie, will you let La Gatita out, please? Maldita.
She's going back to you, though.
No, she just wants out. Will you go open the door so she can get out and so she'll stop? Because she's going to go scratch at the couch now. No, Gatita, hey. Kitty. The thing she does to make us let her out, even though she comes and goes and comes and goes. Oh, to have a kitty door. Yeah, there's the... God, that cat. I love her so much. Thank you, Reiki. But anyway, I'm going to be putting my time and effort into giving the front yard the time that it absolutely deserves and needs, desperately needs. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to decorate for Halloween, but between the allergy situation and that nerve being pinched and messed up because of these issues I didn't know about entirely in my spine, and we're going to be having this procedure done, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, my time and efforts are going to go into the gardening. But we are going to deep clean the front porch, and that is where I'm going to do the majority of my display. It's going to be some kind of, this is the plan. We'll see how it goes. Of a pirate's quarters, like on a ship, it might be the captain's quarters. It might be just the regular pirate's quarters. I don't know yet. And then out in the yard, We will have lights and projections and stuff like that, but not big displays out there because I want to be able to tend to the yard and to be able to see it and enjoy it throughout fall and early winter and, that kind of thing. But we will do Halloween, but I do see us doing a lot of other things for Halloween to enjoy my favorite time of the year, my favorite holiday. Last year, we explored some house haunts and yard haunts and things like that. We're going to do a bunch more of that this year. And our local Spirit Halloween store has opened. And so Olivia is going to take us in her new car over there this next week. And so we're going to do that. And we're going to do some other things to enjoy my favorite time of the year. Just not as much, unfortunately, of the decorating here, which I know is incredibly frustrating and sad, because you guys know I love to do my huge yard display and all of that, but needs must. And we're going to do the best we can with it. But I promise it'll still be awesome. It's just going to be a little different. It's going to be different. But it'll be good. It'll be good. Vicky, my darling Vicky, what's going on with your neighbor? What's going on with your neighbor? Sorry, I saw that comment go by the beginning of the live stream, and I do apologize for not getting to it sooner, but you guys know, and Vicky, I know you know, that I have to finish trains of thought. Otherwise, we end up, as I like to say, in Zimbabwe, where someday, somehow, I will finally go to Zimbabwe. It's on my list. It's on my bucket list. But anyhow, what's going on with your neighbor? Do I need to drag these crunchy old bones out there? Ooh, like I can even feel like my heart going a little faster. Guys, I don't know if you know, but I am one who believes in loyalty. But the problem is I get angry and vindictive and vengeful and dangerous sometimes when I love people and am loyal to them and devoted to them. My first reaction always is violent. I blame it on like family, the way I was raised, stuff like that. Anyway, Vicky, what's going on? What do we need to do? I have a shovel. No, but really, what's going on? Kitty? Okay, Kitty, then how do I not know who the hell you are? Have you changed your name? Did you have a different name before? Because I apologize, and yet I don't, because I don't know that I've ever seen you in our comments even under this name and this picture. Who are you? Obviously, one of our darling UK friends that's been with us for literally ever. If you were with us during the hackings of the Frugal Family, have you changed your name? Please tell me. And thank you for being with us so damn long. Vicky, I remember you telling us about catching up with your friend. That is so delightful. That's so wonderful. And also, Vicky, who won with the recliner? Renee, yeah, I had heard. Oh my God, I heard about packages not being able to be sent. And so we can't even, like what, with Christmas coming up, how's it going to be even sending cards or letters or anything to the US? It's so fucking ridiculous. As I was talking about, sorry, one moment, and then we'll get back to positivity and all of that. But as I was talking about in the last live stream, with the allergies, and then even now knowing about things in my spine that could have been taken care of a year ago. And there would be not the, there wouldn't be this unnecessary suffering and having to use pain medicine and all that shit. So much unnecessary struggles and suffering and grocery prices and this tariff bullshit and genocide, fucking genocide. So unnecessary. So incredibly unnecessary. And it's all down to greed and evil. And those two go together, don't they? They really do. So much struggling and death and destruction and horror. Completely unnecessary. Completely man-made. And that, my darlings, my obsessions, is why I will be gardening. I will be gardening. And I will be going with my darling Olivia in her new car to go dumpster diving, doing some looky-loos this coming week. And I will be going to Idaho in October with my beautiful sister. And finally going to Ernest Hemingway's grave, because we need desperately, in fact, happiness, peace, and solace and things that we can control and enjoy because of all of this madness that we can't do a damn thing about. One of the worst things for me is feeling helpless, useless, unable to affect any kind of change. But I've been working on accepting that that is reality, and I need to just focus on the things I actually have control of and can do something about. And then also looking for the good and the happy every day. Oh, Holly, what a wonderful idea. She says, Julie, you should paint and draw some spooky pictures to put in your windows to go with the porch, make it look like a haunted house. What a wonderful idea. Oh, I can absolutely see some good ideas. I've got some ideas. Ooh, that just sparked an idea. Okay, this isn't exactly what you were thinking, but but what just popped into my head from past party store dumpster hauls, I have like backdrops. And I know there's one of them that looks like planks, like wooden planks. What if I were to put that in the window or over the window, I don't know yet, on the front porch to further give the illusion of being inside of a ship for the pirates' quarters? Holly, thank you. You just sparked that idea. Yeah, Bonnie, and that's part of what we're going to go and enjoy are the Halloween decorations and merch and all of that everywhere as part of our Halloween festivities this year. Oh, Kitty, that's marvelous. Oh, tell us what you do in your gardens for Halloween. I'd love to know. And don't worry, we will have Halloween. We will. Oh, we will. If I can do it with a broken ass foot, we can do it now too. But we're just going to balance between gardening being the priority, but also having Halloween. So don't you worry, my darling. Don't you worry. Vicky. Oh, Vicky, you just tell her where to go and how to get there, Vicky, with your neighbor. No. No. Boundaries. That's something I've been working on for a long time. Boundaries. Healthy boundaries. And it's difficult. I know it is. Most especially with like family and loved ones, but also with friends and also with neighbors. Put those boundaries in place. And I know it's hard. I know it is. And I know it can be, especially initially, worse than not having boundaries. I know. But they are necessary and it is worth the effort. It is. And Vicky, I am sending you my energy, my strength, my crazy, sending you my crazy to utilize, to channel like a laser beam at your neighbor. I believe in you. Vicky, Jazzy one, they do that. Oh, Kitty, that's a lovely idea as well. And especially where I have such artistic daughters. Absolutely. I also want to do some crafting. I have some upcycling ideas that I'm really excited about. Just, some little crafting things here and there. The issue, again, is this, and specifically the hands. All of it requires hands. And of course, I need to, you guys are always telling me, and you are right, you are correct, I need to delegate and drag the kids, though they're teenagers and often are not excited about doing some of these things, but I need to drag them out to help with the more hand-intensive gardening situations. The issue is I love getting my hands in the dirt and doing it myself. I absolutely love it. But I do need to delegate and balance things out so that my hands will be available and usable for doing these other things that I want to do, like some crafting and some upcycling and things like that. Holly, oh, Holly, you are wicked. Oh, you are so wicked. I adore you. Holly, yes. Holly, yes. In fact, Spirit Halloween has masks of many presidential figures. Oh, what a stir we could cause. What a stir we could cause. I'll probably end up having the FBI come to visit, huh? Good thing I'm like a born and bred actual citizen. I won't get deported over it. I might get disappeared, but not deported. Jesus God. Did you guys hear? Oh my God. Okay, one more moment of... But we have to at least put it out there because I know not everyone knows. A lot of people don't know because this isn't like on the mainstream news. Because of course it isn't. I hope you're sitting. I hope you have coffee or something because you're not going to believe this, but it's true. With all the shit going on in the world and in our own country, this is where our taxes, the money, this is where our priorities are. This is where they go. Check this out. Get ready. Our darlings with ICE, immigration, blah, blah, blah. Our current SS, if you will. Our Gestapo. Bit of both. They pulled firefighters, risking their lives actively fighting wildfires in Washington state. They pulled them from the front lines of fighting these fires and risking their lives to arrest them. Because they might not have been citizens. It doesn't matter if you have green cards anymore, visas, any of that. So all that bullshit for years and years about, we just want them to do it the right way. We just want them to do it legal. We just did it. No, that's all bullshit. And we've known that from day one, that that's not true, because the bar keeps getting moved. The goalpost keeps getting moved. So it doesn't matter if you have a green card, a visa, none of that matters anymore. None of that matters. And in fact, it doesn't even matter if you're a citizen anymore. It doesn't even matter. These firefighters risking their lives on the front lines of fighting fires in Washington state were pulled from what they were doing and arrested by ICE. Look it up. But anyway, but we don't have money for school kids to have free lunches at school. And we somehow don't have the resources, the ability. It is beyond our scope to address school shootings and any of that. It's just something we just have to accept, and we just have to live with. We just have to live with it. It just is what it is. God bless America. Oh, I love that, Pamela. The Bank of Vicky is closed. Absolutely. Oh, I know. What words are there beyond loads of cursing, yelling, screaming, breaking things? And I do that. I do all those things. But as I said, I've been working on not getting caught in the weeds of what I cannot control, what I can do nothing about. And trying to focus on the things I do have control of and to still live a happy life. Shatika, oh, I'm so glad you're here. Good afternoon to you. Oh, Pamela, oh my God. Yes, we have room for a ostentatious, most gaudy thing ever. We're talking Palace of Versailles right before the Revolution. Ballroom added to our White House and destroying Jackie Kennedy's Rose Garden. Yes. Yeah. Oh, potholes. No, we're not fixing potholes. We're not doing anything about infrastructure. Bridges will continue to fall. But we'll get rid of the brown people. As a half brown person myself, but very Caucasian passing, as the daughter of a, rest in peace, former illegal immigrant from Mexico. Yeah, I have feelings. I have thoughts about a lot of things. A lot of things. And as expected, not to tell someone else's story, but I'm just going to include this little tiny bit here. As expected, when my gorgeous, beautiful, chocolate brown little sister returned from abroad, from her time in Europe yesterday, she was, of course, racially profiled and stopped by TSA. The white girl that she was traveling with, no, of course not. And what was their excuse for stopping her, harassing her, going through every bit of her luggage, holding her back? Some candy that she had brought from overseas. Right. Candy. Mm-hmm. Yes. Of course. I'm just grateful in this time that that's all that happened to my born and raised citizen sister, who happened to get the brown and I got the white. Her and I could travel together and come home. And would I get stopped like that? I don't know. I mean, I do still have a Hispanic last name, so maybe a little bit, but I know it wouldn't be the same as what she was going through. because of this. Yeah. How about that? Those who wonder, it's Rodriguez. I am a Rodriguez and very proud of it. Very proud of it. Oh, Kitty. Oh, that it didn't matter. Oh, that we were not in 2025 in the melting pot country of the world. Oh, that we were not in a situation where, yeah, skin color does matter still. In fact, more than ever. Maybe not more than ever, but definitely more than it should. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you for that, my love. Thank you. Guys, we did it. We did another live stream. We are back on track. We are back on track. And that medicine that I took a little bit ago absolutely is helping. Absolutely is helping. The problem is it does make you tired. But I've only had one coffee. I've only had one. And I have committed to 2 hours of editing today. For here, for the family vlog channel, video about Olivia and her new car, and then stuff for the Frugal Family as well, but mainly stuff for here, you know. Excuse me. So there will be so much caffeine. So much caffeine. Because we are getting things done. And like I said, we're managing the allergy situation. And that does require all of these medications, and many of them do make me tired. But we're not letting that stop us and take over. In fact, I'm starting to feel it right now. Reggie, will you grab me a Coke? Thank you, my love. What?
Can I grab one for myself?
Yeah. We have to fight it with caffeine, and we're going to. Because we are getting stuff done. We're doing it. We're doing it, guys. We're not living life on hold. God, excuse me. Sorry. Hi, Lab. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, Holly, it's true. It's true. Talking about those kinds of stressful things and that particular person. Depleting, soul crushing, draining. And so we talk about it because we do need to talk about it. We are not going to just suppress and ignore. Thank you, sweetness. We are going to be aware. Okay. But we're not going to get caught in the weeds. We're not going to do that. We will be active in protesting and that kind of thing, but also still trying to find the good and the happy while also acknowledging how incredibly privileged we are, myself definitely, that I can set that stuff aside as needed. Oh, Pamela, that is so absolutely true. Most of the Southwest belong to Mexico. Yes. Yes. And when Texas was flooding just recently, it was Mexican search and rescue that came to help. Gratefully, none of them were arrested or detained. Thank you, Kitty. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you. It can be tricky. It can be tricky talking about certain things on here, knowing that you'll get pushback from some people. You'll lose subscribers. But I'm not, and especially on this channel, I'm not being anything other than who I am. I'm not hiding any part of myself anymore. I am not putting those limitations and restrictions on myself other than monetization. I'm not doing that anymore. No. Mm-mm. Now I have to, within reason, on our other two channels, have some, things in place. But that is why on this channel, no holds barred. Mm-mm. We just get to just be us, be real. Kitty is dating someone from the Philippines and he gets it. Yes. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does, Kitty. And I hope your relationship is going really well. And I hope he's treating you right and you're treating him right. And I hope that is beautiful. Oh, Kitty, I have so many Halloween shirts, costumes, outfits. We'll be jumping into that here soon. You know I love a good dress up. Vicky, you can do this. You be strong. We're all here rooting for you. We're all here backing you up. Thank you so much, Kitty. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Holly. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, it took me a long time. You guys know this. It took me a long time to fully embrace this. But life is just too damn short. It's just too short to be anything other than who you are. Oh, Pamela, you've heard. Smithsonian. The Smithsonian. I believe the memo was something like themes that do not align with the president's vision for an America First focus. Some bullshit like that. And in Florida, oh, Google this, guys. Google the list of books banned in Florida in schools. Get this. You won't believe it, but Google it. Don't ever take my word for anything. Always research. Reputable sources, please. The Diary of Anne Frank. What else can you do but laugh? My sister just visited the hiding house of Anne Frank. She just barely visited that. The Diary of Anne Frank. And anything by Kurt Vonnegut. Among many others. Maya Angelou. Anyway, look it up. Look at the banned book list. Just do it. I don't know if it's statewide. I don't know if it's certain districts. I don't know. I didn't look any further into it because I did not have the mental bandwidth to do it. But look it up. Again, we are balancing knowing what is going on around us, being aware, but also staying in a place of what we actually have control of and trying to find the happiness and the good. And not just like dig a hole to hide in for the next 3 years, 3.5 years, wherever it is that we're at. Thank you, Bonnie, my love. Kitty, oh my God. Mazel tov. Felicidades. Oh my God, everybody. Kitty just got engaged. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Oh, I wish the best for you both. Speaking of engaged, my ring has been ready since the second day of our Colorado road trip. I have not been able to go and pick it up. Maybe I'll be able to do that today. I don't know. No, because I don't have a car. I was thinking, oh, Olivia could take me. She's at work till this evening, so it'll be too late. And they'll probably be closed tomorrow for Labor Day. Tuesday, I will go and pick up my ring. Anyway, congratulations, Kitty. That is so wonderful. Lab, thank you so much, my darling. Vicky, here is your place. Don't ever question that again, my darling love. This is your place. This is your community. Kitty, I agree. Better to be real. Because then you don't have to worry about putting on a face, putting on a front, depending on who you're with. That gets old. That gets so old. Holly, Jesus God. Can you link it? I don't know if you can because you're not a what do you call it? Holly, can I make you a mod? You don't have to do anything with it other than can you, if you have time, link that video. I need to see that video. Oh my God, Jesus God. Books. I know it weirds some of you out that I am agnostic and I still cross myself. It is what it is, okay? We do things to comfort ourselves in times of shock and stress. Books. Ugh. 100% unnecessary that all these books are going in the landfill. We already see so much of that with books. Especially if you come along to the public school dumpster diving with me over on the Frugal Family, or the bins at the thrift stores and stuff where they throw out all those books. And now, brand new books because of tariffs. This is 2025. But people didn't like the way that Kamala laughed. I'm not kidding. That was their biggest talking point against her. Her laugh. People literally took that seriously and ran with it. Her laugh. Look it up. But Holly, if I can make you a moderator, you should be able to link that. Or if you could message it to me on Instagram, when and if you can. I can also look for it, but if you could even just give me their handle, their YouTube channel, their whatever, I would love to see it. You got a Disney ring, Kitty? Oh my God. Ugh. Who was it that gave me, Jen, was it you? It might have been Jen. And I apologize for not remembering for sure, but I think it was Jen, but maybe not, that gave me my Disney ring that I still wear every time I go to Disney. And other times too. And Kitty, that's true because the people that are in charge only care about money, greed, and power. That's it. And nothing will ever be enough. Nothing will ever be enough. You would think it would, but you'd be surprised. This is a tangent, side thing. But I don't know how it's got to be a mental thing. But there are people who are millionaires who shoplift, who go into stores and steal things. I've watched like documentaries about it and it's just like, there are so many things that make no sense. James was talking about, that's my husband if you don't know. He was talking to a guy that he rides bikes with who is quite well-to-do, but also miserable and depressed. And was telling James, money doesn't buy happiness. And James is like, well, you know what? Let me test that theory out. Let me test that out for you. Who just did that? Who just did that? Jamie! Jamie! There you are, my darling sweetness. I just finished this one and I'm getting ready for another, but we're piggybacking with some Coke, Pepsi, Jamie has just blasted into our live stream with $5 Canadian and saying beautiful words, some of the most beautiful words for your next coffee. For your next coffee. Oh, did you hear the angels? Did you feel the clouds part? Oh, for your next coffee. I've decided when we get people that are so ridiculously generous and fabulous to give us super chats, you're going to get a show. This is something I have decided. I haven't announced it because I don't want to look like I'm fishing for super chats, not in this economy. But, but I promise you, no pressure. I'm not asking for anything. But what I am doing is promising any super chats from here on out, you're getting a show, possibly a song and a dance, depending on how I'm doing that day. But you're getting a show. As my gratitude, a sign of my gratitude. Jamie, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for that. Oh, you're wonderful. All of you are so wonderful. And please, oh my God, please know that that's not something I'll ever ask for. I get people that apologize all the time that, oh, I wish I could support you financially and da-da. Please don't do that. You watch, you like, you're subscribed, you show up for my live streams. You make this little part of my life possible with your time, which is the greatest gift a person can give. So please don't ever apologize for that. Please don't. I'm working on not apologizing for things. We should all work on that. Oh, Bonnie, that's wonderful. I think you had mentioned that about saving some books from a school dumpster. I'm so proud of you. That's wonderful. Pamela, no, it's true. The U.S. would absolutely elect a black man and a gay man before a woman. Yeah. Why? Because we laugh too much. We laugh. I remember believing, and this is such bullshit, but we're well over our hour, so we're going now into bullshit territory. I remember truly believing, because I was raised to believe, I was indoctrinated, brainwashed to believe, that women were too emotional. Women have periods. It's gonna be that time of the month, and they're gonna like send nukes somewhere. They're gonna, have hold of the numbers and the nuclear codes, and we're all gonna blow up because women have periods. I was taught to believe that by women. What the fuck is that? As I have grown and learned and experienced life, men are just as, if not more emotional and mood swingy than women could ever be. So much more dramatic, other than maybe myself, because if I could put a crown right here, I would, of being, the drama queen of all drama queens. But, and especially where my husband is in a position of, I don't want to say power or authority. He's a supervisor at work and manages a whole bunch of employees now. He's not like in charge of the company or anything, but he's worked his way up a little bit. And it's babysitting. It is constant babysitting, and it's like a bunch of teenage girls, but these are grown-ass men. No. You want to talk about mood swingy and dramatic and emotional. That's what we have in the White House right now. Thank you very much. Holly, thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you could even, do you know that content creator's name or YouTube name? If you could even throw that in the comments, if you know it, that would be awesome. But no worries if you can't. I can Google it. I can do my part and look into it. But I would love to see that. And I want to, another spoiler, over on the Frugal Family, I am going to be doing some react content, some commentary content to some of the other dumpster diving that I'm seeing and things like this that I'm hearing about, and etc. And then also current consumption trends and overconsumption, and responding with videos of where that stuff all ends up. Jamie, I hope you enjoyed that, my little performance for you. No, Holly, that medicine actually just makes you tired. And as you can now hear, eases all that coughing, eases the hives and the whatever, and just makes you really tired. This is caffeine and you. That's what this is. I'm also, yeah, there's medication and everything, but that's just suppressing the allergic responses and the not being able to breathe and all of that. No, this happiness, this excitement, this energy, caffeine and you. High on life, if you will. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Kitty. Total bullshit. Total bullshit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The things that women perpetuate, the falsehoods and the misogyny and everything, the sexism that women perpetuate. There are women literally right now that believe we should no longer have the vote. We should no longer have the right to vote. They actively believe that. They believe that. We should not have the right to vote. Women. But then you get this argument from the other side. What more could women want? You already have everything and it's all equal and now, and what are you still da-da-da-da? One, no, that's not true. But two, for some reason in 2025, we're fighting to keep rights that we have and to get back some rights that have been taken. The nonsense that's out there that people actually literally believe. And the only reason I'm like not saying they're totally insane is because of the shit I used to believe. Because that's all I knew. That's what I was raised with. That's what I was brainwashed with, indoctrinated with. And Kitty, that's a really good point. And changing the way that men think is important. And so if you have any sphere of influence over men, boys, it is incumbent upon you. It is your duty to help them think differently. Bonnie, get some coffee. You're saying you need coffee. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? You get that coffee, Bonnie. Do it. Oh, good, Jamie. I'm so glad. Like I said, anytime from now on, in fact, I might include other things. Do you guys remember? And this was on the Frugal Family. Back in the day, and I know most of you have been with us forever, but for those that haven't, and but also for those who remember, back in the day on the Frugal Family, on our live streams, I would have noisemakers or something. I had different things for when there were super chats. So it was shakety shaky noisemaker. Oh, I had the clappy thing that was like the, plastic toy hand clapper thing. I would do that when there were super chats. I would just, whatever the noisemaker was that I had at the time and stuff like that. That's kind of the idea. I could add in, because I'm talking in this freaking economy, okay? So we need to make a show of things like that. So noisemakers, we'll bring that back. I'm not sure what I'll use, but something. but also obviously a little performance. I did take drama in 9th grade, so I have a little bit of but give me suggestions and ideas for other things. I love like costume things. I love confetti. That could get messy. I don't know. I want to come up with special things along with my little performances for when things like that happen. Think about it. Let me know what you think. Ideas that they got to be logistically possible. Obviously, I can't go and do a whole, dress up and whatnot for when those things happen, but things that I could have on hand, I don't know. Help me come up with some ideas. Obviously, a little performance, obviously, noisemakers, stuff like that. But if you can think of anything else that is reasonable, realistic, that we could actually do in a live stream, please tell me. Oh, Vicky, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I do too. I absolutely look forward to the live streams and being able to be with you guys and get that energy from you that I desperately need. And we get to be together, and it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, we are human. We are real, and we are the ones that make the humans. And in 2025, we are still fighting for our rights and to be seen as humans. I saw something, I don't know if I've mentioned it at all here. Maybe I have, but Florida, again, of course. No offense to my darlings in Florida. I love Florida. That's where my castle is and many dear friends. But they say Florida man and Florida woman for a reason. It just is what it is. And a lot of the shit that comes out of there leaves you, shaking your head. There was a representative there on an interview, a news show, or something, whatever, and was calling women, mothers. Oh, the anger is boiling again, but host bodies. Look it up. I saw the clip. Not a deep fake, not AI, which a lot of people like to say, oh yeah, that was AI, that was a deep fake, that's not real, da-da-da. Host bodies. Now I know that because of the madness of the far left, it has been difficult to define what a woman is anymore. And I am not part of that lunatic far left madness and lunacy. I am not part of that. I am someone who is kind of more somewhere in the middle, but definitely left leaning. I know what a woman is. I am one. I know what a mother is. I don't know what a host body is. No, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. What was that woman's name? I believe it was in Texas. That's the other state. Florida and Texas, they kind of go hand in hand. She was a host body after death because she had a 9-week pregnancy that they wouldn't treat her, and so she died because of the 9-week pregnancy, but they kept her decaying, rotting corpse going for that baby that was inside her. She was a host body. That's where we're at, you guys. We're host bodies. Not me anymore. I no longer have a uterus or any of those parts in there anymore. The factory is closed and burned down, but apparently I was a host body for my children. And then does that only count for my son? Or does it count for my daughters as well? Because if they're not valued as highly because of language like this, they're obviously not valued as highly. So was I just a host body for my son? And then what were my daughters? Future host bodies? Ah. Lab enjoys hot tea over coffee. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just a coffee person myself. Okay, Kitty, absolutely. Yeah, Lab, you remember? Yeah, we will bring back the noisemakers and the whatever. Absolutely. Vicky, nothing wrong with that. You enjoy your hot tea or whatever your beverage of choice is. Bonnie loves Dunkin' Donuts cold brew, and she remembers the noisemakers. Sparkles, Vicky, sparkles. Oh, there's so many options, so many possibilities when we talk about sparkles. Oh, Kitty, that is such a good idea. Oh my God. I've thought of doing things similar to that before, Kitty. But yeah, having a map and putting pins on it where everyone is from. Oh, what a wonderful idea. Oh, I know, Bonnie. I know. I know. I know. Have you seen when they have men do the period simulators to simulate period cramps? Entertaining. Very entertaining. A scratch off, that's a good idea too. Pamela, I'm with you. I'm with you. My thing is, as long as you are not hurting anyone or forcing your lifestyle or your beliefs on anyone else. And when I say that, I don't mean, people like to say, oh, the gays, they're forcing their lifestyle on us. No, 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 no. They're just wanting to be seen and be allowed to exist. They're not forcing anything on you. What is forcing is when you force your beliefs into politics and legislation and onto our lives and our healthcare, and forcing your scripture into public schools and public places and taxpayer places. That's forcing your lifestyle and your beliefs on other people. Just wanting to exist is not. It's clarifications that need to be made. Oh, that's lovely, Kitty. I don't know how much longer we'll be on. I do need to take a potty break. But maybe if you guys don't mind, I can just leave you here to talk amongst yourselves whilst I go have a quick potty break, while Kitty goes to get her tea and such. Maybe that would be okay. Exactly, Pamela. Why didn't I turn into a hungry, hungry caterpillar? Or into Mrs. Piggle Wiggle, which was always my dream. I love Mrs. Piggle Wiggle. Oh, if you've not read those books, you know, I might do that today. I might reread some Mrs. Piggle Wiggle. Oh my God. If you have not, you should. So delightful. Oh, Lab. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, you guys can just entertain yourselves. Wonderful. And Bonnie, I'm glad that your hubby is getting your coffee. I'm going to go visit the little girl's room. You get to enjoy the view of this couch, this sofa. I'll be right back. While I'm gone, yes, get your drinks. Please get your drinks. I'll be back. Are we still here? Is everyone still here? Don't you just love how good it feels after you empty your bladder? My God. Can I also just say how much I love... Yes, Lab. Oh, I feel so much better. I love that we have this channel. I just love it so much. Where I can just be whatever and whoever, which is me, and talk about how good it feels to empty my bladder. I am excited to get to work on the Frugal Family again and to do a couple of little looky-loo dumpster divers with Olivia in her new car. Lab, I don't know that you were here when we gave that spoiler, but Olivia bought a car and very generously has offered to take me on a couple of night dive looky-loos. And I am excited. I'm excited for that. I'm excited, like I said, to get back to work on the Frugal Family, and I have some reaction, commentary videos in mind for that also. But Kitty, so am I. Feeling much better now. I'm excited for all of that, but I like this channel better. Sorry, it is what it is. Oh, thank you, Lab. It's so wonderful. I'm so happy for her too. It's just so exciting. Excuse me, God. But I like this channel better. I have more fun here. I do. I'm just happier here. It is what it is. So much happier here. Oh, no worries, Kitty. You enjoy your, what, lunch? Is it your lunch? You enjoy that. Gotta break up the the congestion in there. But anyway, I really, truly, I enjoy this channel so much more. Because we just get to hang out. We just get to talk about whatever. No limits, no parameters other than monetization. We just get to talk about all of it and any of it. It's a relief, you know? It's a relief. You guys know that forever over on the Frugal Family, I've had to maintain certain things, and you don't get political on there, and you you don't be a sailor mouth on there, and you know what I mean, like you whatever. And yet here, yeah, exactly, Kitty, open book. Obviously, with some things we keep back, but and that's not because of you guys. That is just because of the dynamics and the reality of YouTube and social media. Obviously, there are some things I do have to keep back, but but not because of you guys. I could tell you guys almost anything and not worry about it, not have a problem with it, but but it is what it is. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you. Yes, my sweet Olivia. She is a delight and a treasure, and she has come so far. We were talking about that a little bit earlier, and not again, one of those things not going to go too far into for her own privacy, but I know that most of you know that we went through several years of mental health struggles and hospitalizations and very scary things, very horrific, scary things that I would not wish on. Well, there's a couple people I guess I would wish horrible things on, but anyhow, and it was scary. And our goal was just to get her to 18. If we could get her to 18, we would consider ourselves successful. Well, she's 19 now, works full time, and just bought a car. She just bought a car. And she's amazing, and she's wonderful, and she's so talented. Life is still good. Life is good. Even with all the horror and the madness and the craziness and the expensive eggs and everything else, there are some really good things. Look at me being positive. Oh, exactly, Pamela. Judgment-free zone here. You better believe it. Oh, Kitty, thank you for that. It's, God, that is so incredibly generous. Thank you, Kitty. It's a tricky thing when your child or children struggle with those kinds of things and you wonder, what did we do wrong? And you replay in your mind everything. Every choice, every shortcoming, every failure, missing a dance recital. You replay all of those things in your mind, even knowing that mental health struggles are hereditary and that it runs very strong in your own family, and in my own self. I've been hospitalized. You still do that whole mental thing, the guilt, and you take all of it on and internalize it and blame and torture yourself trying to figure out where you went wrong, what you did that caused it. And then beyond that, and this gets nasty, this is a terrible thing. This is a horror beyond all horrors. When we were going through those things, so many other parents were as well, and still are. And their kids didn't make it. There were several, including in our same town, in our same area, in the same school. And that I still deal with and am working through. There is sorry, this is where we're going now, but we're at almost 2 hours of live streaming. So this is where we are now. So trigger warnings, suicide, death, child loss, survivor guilt, horrible, intense survivor guilt, knowing that our family is no better and no more important than theirs, that our child is no better or more important than theirs, but through fate and circumstance and the random vicissitudes of the universe, our child survived. She shouldn't have. Someday we'll go into some of that. I'll have to get her permission to go into that, but I'm going to ask her. I'm going to see what she thinks, because I know it would be so healing for me if we could finally talk about it. And I know it would be helpful to other parents out there, because when we were going through it and I finally broke down and on my personal Facebook page asked for support and let people know what we were going through, the support was overwhelming for one thing, but the messages of other people's experiences, I had no idea how many people were going through it, how many other families and parents. And so I know it could be incredibly helpful and supportive for other people to see when you come out the other side. You know what I mean? Now, mental health is a lifelong struggle, and we still struggle. We still have days, we still have moments, we still have medications. But she's 19 and just bought a car. But the survivor guilt thing, that's real. That's a real thing. I'm going to ask her. I'm going to see if she'll give permission, and maybe she can set out the parameters of what all we can talk about and go into, because it would be really helpful for me if you guys were up to it. And of course, we'd do all kinds of trigger warnings and everything. But it would be so helpful if we could talk about it. But the gist is, no, she shouldn't be alive. When I do anything, I go in full bore and I do it. Well, so do my kids. We don't do things half-ass unless it's, washing dishes. Right, Reiki? Or sweeping floors. Yeah, he's nodding. And so you guys know I don't believe in miracles or a God or things happen for a reason or part of a plan or any of that bullshit. That is not for me. Okay. So through luck and happenstance, my Olivia survived. Hi, Judy. You're walking into a bit of a zone, Judy. So trigger warnings, child loss, suicide, mental health. And so many of these other kids didn't make it. And yet, with really good medical care and time in the ICU and years of therapies and treatments and hospitalizations and facilities and so much. Yeah, Olivia's 19 and just bought a car. Yeah, I'll talk to her and I'll see what she says, Pamela. I will ask her. Hi, Alyssa. I'm glad you could be here. Welcome back from vacation, Judy. Yeah, I'll ask Olivia. I'll see what she thinks. It's tricky because things like this, they are my story, my experience as a mother, as a wife, as a person. But they are also her experience, her story. And so you balance, you know what I mean? You got to balance privacy, and yes, this is my story, but it's hers first and foremost. You know what I mean? Judy, that's right. I always forget that that's your field. But I will talk to her and see what she thinks, because I know how helpful it could be for other people. And there's been so many times that Olivia, when, once in a healthy place, in a strong place, has stepped up for so many other kids and teenagers and been a support system for them, and sharing her own experiences. And we've had the opportunity to support other parents and oops, sorry. Looks like we were buffering. I apologize. But we've had the opportunity with other friends, fellow parents, grandparents, other people to share our story, our experience with them as they are navigating that. And it's that's one of the biggest, so twofold reasons I would want to talk in depth about this. One, selfish reason, to help me process it, okay, because there's a lot of processing that still needs to be done. So selfishly, I would love that for kind of therapeutic purposes. But also, we were lost in the wilderness. We were lost in the wilderness for like 4 years. And we had to figure all this stuff out on our own, and it was awful. We didn't know what resources we had. Pamela, we didn't know what to look for. Those kinds of things. We didn't know, navigating insurance, navigating healthcare, navigating mental health care, navigating the school system, navigating our rights as parents, navigating raising other children through all of this, and trying to take care of ourselves as well, and our marriage, and jobs, and all those, so much to navigate, with no handbook, no manual on, okay, well, when your kid is going through this, here's how you did it. That doesn't exist. And I think it could be incredibly beneficial to other parents and guardians to have something of a roadmap. It wouldn't be exact, it'd be more guidelines than anything, but it'd be helpful. And if we had to go through it, how great would it be to be able to help some others make their way through it and not have to struggle and suffer as much. And then you get some kind of benefit from what you went through. Again, I don't believe in the, it happens for a reason, and it's so you can bless other lives, and that bullshit. I don't believe in a God that would have that as a plan, as a purpose, as a test, as a trial, any of that bullshit. You don't. No, absolutely not. But what we could take from it is the ability, the very human ability, to help other people with what we learned and what we survived. Oh, Kitty. Kitty, I'm sending you my love. And I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for the support and encouragement. Lab. Oh, Lab. See, that's the other thing. Here in this community, in this space, we can share things. And you guys are so incredibly generous with the things that you share. And I appreciate it so much. And Lab, I am so glad that you're here. Oh, Bonnie, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Alyssa, I deal with that too. Obviously, I have other mental health concerns, but the winter, and Alyssa, you know, because you're here in Utah, it sucks. The winter sucks. And then especially January and February when we're under the inversion, the air is shit and everything is ice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the system failed a lot of people and it nearly failed us. We had to fight. We had to be so proactive. We had to get in the trenches and make demands. And you guys know I can be very demanding when I want to. I can be very aggressive when needed, and it was needed. And unfortunately, not everyone has the ability to do that, or knows even how to do that, or with whom. Absolutely, Alyssa. And that's another thing. We have crazy teen suicide rates in Utah. And people try to say this or that, this thing, that thing. Even in 2025, even where now, in Utah, we are 51% not Mormon. Oh, it's wonderful. We still have these crazy teen suicide rates among the Mormon LDS community because of things like being gay or trans or a million other things. Yeah, it's sick. It's so sick. I am so grateful to be free, to be liberated. And I know I still have, or I might still have, active Mormon LDS members in our community here and on our other channels. I think I've put the warnings out. I love for you to believe what you believe, and I love for you to let me believe what I believe, and just know that here I'm going to talk about that. I held off for a long time, really, worried about upsetting other people or offending other people. No, not anymore. If you choose to not watch or not be subscribed, that is 100% your prerogative, and I respect that. But I'm not holding back on those things anymore here. Yeah, we just have a terrible, absolutely terrible mental health system in the US and just healthcare system in the US, as I have been discussing. Judy, you'll have to watch our last live stream to know what all's going on. Things got really dicey the other day with my allergies. But we're here, heavily medicated, but we're here. Oh my God, Bonnie. So the last therapist that I had, when I was trying to work through um, everything that had happened all kind of together, where it was my foot and the loss of mobility and everything, and then things, all that was going on with my children, and then there was COVID, and it was just all this shit together, right? And I was trying to deal with the residual pain, physically, mentally, emotionally, all those things. And this therapist, at first, I thought was awesome. I thought we had connected, but it got to the point where he just wanted us to sing Disney songs when I was struggling. At first, I had thought that was kind of cute. And we connected on this Disney thing. Singing Disney songs, though wonderful, and I love it so much, is not a substitute. It's not a cure-all. So I stopped seeing him. Oh, Vicky, I'm sorry. Yeah, your educators and your fellow students, the difference they can make. The thing I tell everybody, and told Olivia this, and had to continue telling, is high school ends. I know that it feels like it is your entire world and it is everything. It ends. It does end. And you move on into the world. And it's an entirely different situation. Will there be some similar things, especially in like workplace and college and whatnot? Yeah, sure. But high school does end. The high school situation in the U.S., the education situation in the U.S., Jesus God. Exactly, Judy. Exactly. You have to get the police involved. And sometimes the police are involved because they have to be. It took so long. It took way too long to get the help and the resources that we needed. And it wasn't until there was a liability situation. Again, things I'll have to get permission to talk about. But it wasn't until there was a liability situation for the school that we finally got the resources that we needed. It's true, Kitty. They don't, the police don't know how to deal with kids and people in these situations. We were incredibly fortunate in our experiences with the police. So generous and kind and understanding and loving and supportive. And funny story. This one I think I can share because this is mine. Okay. But in the midst of one of these incidents, and we had our living room full of police officers and first responders, and they pulled me into the other room because I was hysterical. We went in the kitchen, and with like 3 police officers with me in my kitchen, James hadn't gotten home yet. I was down in rum. I was like, and I offered it to them as well. I was like, hope you guys don't mind, but I'm drinking this. And they're like, you do what you got to do. And I'm like, you guys want some? No, ma'am. That's, whatever. And I'm like, no glass, no nothing. No, word. Yeah. But we have been incredibly fortunate that way to have wonderful police officers in our experiences. So I am very grateful for that. I have my own thoughts on police and, all of that. It's a very tricky issue. Shouldn't be a tricky issue, but it is. But I will say, in our own experience with these struggles in particular, we have been incredibly fortunate. Yeah, and I'm so grateful. I'm so incredibly grateful. Yeah. And that's what it's down to, Judy. You have to be the tiger. And especially for your own children, you have to be the tiger and make things happen, get things done. Bonnie, I'm sorry that it went that way for you. That is so unfortunate. We do not have the resources in place, and it is ridiculous. There is no excuse. If we have the resources to offer ridiculous sign-on bonuses for untrained, unqualified people to go and kidnap and disappear brown people, and build facilities that are for profit, to put these people, real life human being people, you would think we have the ability, the money, the resources to put infrastructure in place for mental health, which is of course what we blame for all the school shootings is mental health. But then we get mental health coverage slashed. It's almost like they don't care. Oh, Judy, you did see it? Oh, Kitty, Jesus God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you went through that. We went through something similar where the entire police force and school officials and et cetera, were out looking for our child. It's terrifying. Again, we were incredibly fortunate. And I acknowledge that. And that is actually one of the biggest parts that's so difficult for me personally, is exactly that. The survivor guilt. The parental survivor guilt. Because so many other kids at that time didn't make it. Didn't get the resources, didn't get the help, didn't have luck on their side. And that weighs on me tremendously. Hi, Andrea. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, it's I am on a lot of steroids and Visceral and Pepcid and steroid inhalers and steroid nose sprays and steroid creams and oral steroids. My poor liver and endocrine and whatever else is being affected by it. And lots of caffeine. And here we are. Just living. Livin. Yeah, Judy, for whatever reason, this is just the way it is, until there is a liability situation, until one of these incidents or attempts happens on school grounds or in a school bathroom stall, or a child leaves during the school day and no one knows where they are and they know that they are suicidal. Until those kind of things happen, until it reaches that level and personally affects them, yeah, you're not getting very far. Yeah. Oh, Vicky, stop it, Vicky. My darling Vicky, we just passed 2 hours of live streaming. Don't you apologize for having other things to do in your life? No, we're just hanging out today because I getting back on track with our daily live streams. I'm kind of trying to make up for not being able to live stream yesterday, and just hanging out. I'm so grateful for you guys. Every one of you. I'm just so grateful for you. And I know I say that and I've said it a million times, but I mean it. I am so grateful. You guys know I love shiny and sparkly things, and each of you are a sparkly bit of goodness and magic in my life. And during those most difficult years, the hardest years of my life, you guys were my support. And I know I told you then, but I'm telling you now and reminding you again that you were my strength and my support and my comfort so much through all of that. Even if you didn't know what was going on, because I couldn't say everything that was going on. And I know that I said things like that my child was in the hospital, stuff like that. Without going into details, and people were asking, and I wanted so badly to talk about it and to share with you and to, that kind of thing. But obviously I couldn't with my minor child and with, the situation that it was. Obviously I couldn't. But you guys were so supportive and so patient and so loving and so kind. And the comments, the messages, the emails, the gifts sent in the mail, cards, letters, without fully knowing what was going on. Though some of you guessed, some of you are so intuitive and you read between lines and you glean, and I don't know, you guys got detective skills. In fact, I have Poirot because I've been binge watching Poirot. I have that going here in the background, and you guys have those detective skills like crazy. It's wild. But the support and the love and the fellowship and the kindness, I know I've told you this, but I truly mean it. You kept me going. Between that and drinking rum in front of all the cops in my kitchen, and other silly situations like that, you kept me going. And I will never forget that. And it's a huge part of why I've stayed on YouTube, through the difficult things and the troubles and the trials and the trolls and the, other things that have happened. That's why I've stayed, is because you are my community and my support system. And maybe that's selfish of me, I don't know. But I appreciate it so much. And like I said, here we are. And things will go on forever. I mean, there will always be issues. There will always be problems. And then especially when it comes to mental health care and things like that in our family, that will be till we die. That will be till we die. You don't get cured. That's not a thing. You don't get addicted to antidepressant medications, though I don't know what they're even called now. It'd be like the health minister in another country, but our secretary of health, our total lunatic, that RFK Jr. piece of shit that says we're addicted to antidepressants. Yeah, we're addicted to being alive. We're addicted to being mentally, chemically balanced. It's so weird. I don't know. It's so strange. Mental health and mental health struggles are a lifelong journey. It does not end. Does not end. I am 4.5 years clean of acting on an eating disorder, but I will struggle with that every day for the rest of my life. And I do. And so these journeys, they will continue. They will continue. But Olivia's 19 and just bought a car. My cup runneth over. And you guys are a big part of that. And so is caffeine. Caffeine is a big part of it. That's funny, Bonnie, but that's this community that we have, and that's this dynamic that we have. And the things we're able to share here, things we're able to talk about here. It's so beautiful. And it's not something I ever would have anticipated when I first got onto YouTube, when Olivia was 11 years old. I never could have anticipated this. And I truly mean that this is my favorite, this channel. This is where I want to be. I got to do the Frugal Family stuff because I make money there. And I enjoy some of it, and a lot of it is good for me, and it is my small part in trying to make a difference in our environment and our landfills and all of those things, right? But this is where I'm happiest, is right here with you guys in these live streams. I'm so glad that I started doing this, and that I'm putting more time and energy into this channel, because this is where I'm happiest. And this, regardless of how my body ends up and how it deteriorates and all that, this is what I could still do, is this. So thanks for being part of it and helping it to slowly grow a little bit and, become a thing for me. I appreciate it so much. But above all else, it's just a place where I can be free and find support and give support, and we can have this beautiful little community. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, absolutely, Judy. It's just as you would do with other diseases, you try to get it into remission, or at least managed, which is where I'm at, like with my allergy situation. It is active right now, but we're managing it. And, that's what we do. It's what we do. Or we try to do anyway. That's beautiful, Alyssa. I didn't used to believe in stuff like that, but I do now. And energy and stuff like that. And I get a lot of energy work done with my massage therapist. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, Lab, I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful. I'm just this loony, broken down thing with a phone and an internet connection. And we've built this beautiful community together. Like, it's wild, isn't it? It really is. It's wild. Because the majority of us will never meet in person. I mean, I've had the pleasure and the privilege of meeting a few of you in person, and I'm so grateful for that. And I hope to meet others, and especially to have like a meetup in the UK, and we'll all sit and have a little tea party. I don't really do tea, but I'll try it while I'll try, and have, those tiered tray things with all the little cakes and sandwiches. I do not do fish spreads or Marmite. That will not happen. But I would love like little jelly sandwiches and cookies and little treats and what have you, and some tea and doilies and lace and fine china and, the whole tea service, all of it. Someday we will do that. We will meet up and we will have the most glorious, how cool would it be? I have absolutely no means to do this at this time, of course, but I have dreams and I like to go, blue sky and dream. But how crazy would it be if someday, now, please subscribe and share so that we can build this channel to make this possible. But if we could rent out a tea house or a tea garden, both, whatever, in the UK, in a fairly central place, and all of our UK friends, we could get together and have a tea party. Like I said, I'm dreaming. We're blue skying. But how amazing and fun would that be? Oh, we could rent it out, like, again, blue sky dreaming, rent it out the entire day so that people could come and go as, they were able, and I could have a comfy chair and I'm able to put my feet up. But we could, oh God, we could have so much. Now, I'm not saying I only want to do that in the UK. I want to meet other people here in the US as well. And then elsewhere, we have people all over the world, which is insane. Between here and the Frugal Family, we have friends all over the world. But how freaking cool would that be? Oh, and we could all dress up. We'd have to dress up. I never have reasons really anymore to wear, like formals and glitter and sequins and stuff like that. So Feathers, definitely feathers as well. I'd have to be careful. I'm allergic to feathers, but I'd be on my Zolaire, and we could, I mean, rhinestones, jewelry, fake eyelashes, the whole blah, blah, blah. I think it'd be a requirement. You'd have to dress up a little bit. Those fabulous hats and such that y'all have in the UK for like church and funerals and whatever and weddings. Fascinators, that's what they are. They're not quite hats, but they're anyway. Yes, we are going to do it. How? When? I have no idea. Oh, Pamela, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you get to feel comfortable enough here. And that is something beautiful about kind of the anonymity and distance of the internet. And it's a good and bad thing because people do feel so much freer behind a screen. And so there is cyberbullying and there is people say the most ridiculous, horrible things because they feel anonymous and free behind their computer screen. And that is a bunch of bullshit. But the positive side is exactly what you're saying, Pamela, that there is that freedom to be more open. And I love that. I'm glad there is that good side. Thank you, Kitty. You have a beautiful day as well. And thank you so much for spending so much of your time today here with us. I appreciate it so much. And congratulations again. Have a beautiful day, Vicky. Bonnie will bring her Cheshire cat. Absolutely. Yes, Judy, someday. My God, someday. Absolutely, Lab. Nothing wrong with dreaming. A meet and greet at the Marriott? Why not, Judy? Why not? Why not? A Frugal Family conference? Why not? Why not? I see nothing wrong with that. It's what it's down to, really what's down to, is me doing the work here and on the Frugal Family to continue to grow our audience, our finances, obviously, to be able to facilitate something like that. But I know it's possible. I believe it's possible. We will do it. How and when and all that, we'll need time. We'll need time for that. We have 36% left on battery life, so I figure we got a little bit longer. But how cool would that be? Now, Judy, would you want to do New York City? Let's plan it, guys. Why not plan? There's nothing wrong with planning. And then you have things to work towards and you have kind of a game plan to plan for, to budget for, to earn, to, you know what I mean? So would we meet in New York City or elsewhere in New York? I'm also partial to Connecticut and parts of Massachusetts. For the Midwest, I would want to meet on one of the lakes, on a beach, or at the Grand, what is it? The Grand Hotel. I think it's something like that. The Somewhere in Time Hotel there on the Mackinac or Mackinac, however you pronounce it, island. I believe it's off of Michigan, out in the Great Lakes. Why not? And then for those in kind of the South, I would love to meet in New Orleans because I've never been, and it would be amazing. I would love it. And those in kind of the Southwest, not Arizona, good God. Though we did get to meet Kim Lee Carroll, longtime viewer and supporter of the channel. We were able to meet her in Arizona because my brother lives in Arizona and we had been going through, but no, not Arizona. We could meet in Colorado because I love Colorado. We could meet in Durango. Oh, how wonderful that would be. And then for like middle America, they're like in the middle, maybe Kansas, something like that. Yeah, Nashville. There you go, Alyssa. These things are possible. That's not a bad idea, Judy. We could do Long Island. I'm cool with that. Why not, guys? There's nothing wrong with dreaming. These things are possible. Rhode Island, absolutely, Pamela. Oh yeah. I've wanted forever to go and see those mansions. Oh yeah. In fact, my youngest brother and sister, they were out touring some of those last year, and I was so jealous. But why not? Why not? Anything is possible. My Olivia is 19 and bought a car. As I was saying, if one little thing had turned the other way, she shouldn't have been alive. She's 19 and bought a car. Anything is possible. Anything. Even in this sick, twisted, messed up world of 2025 that we are in, there are still good things possible. So why not plan for them? Why not dream of them? Why not prepare? Plus, it's fun. It is. It's so much fun. Oh my God, it's so much fun. Ugh. I remember, Bonnie, you all telling me that Liz was able to come out and visit. I believe it was with some family that she was visiting and was able to enjoy a little bit of Utah. There is a lot to enjoy in Utah. And in fact, James and I are going to start doing like little mini trips, like of a weekend, one night, one day, what have you, whatever, something like that, to enjoy different areas of Utah. People come from all over the world to enjoy parts of Utah. We have, I think, 5 national parks and a bunch of national monuments and state parks and, all those things. And people come from all over. We take it for granted because we live here. It's the same living in California. There were so many places I never went, never experienced, and you just kind of, because you live there, you don't necessarily think about going and experiencing them. And it's, oh, I'll do it later, if at all. You know what I mean? And so I don't know if you guys remember years ago, this was around 2018, 2019-ish. I dragged the kids all over Utah. And we were hiking and we were all that kind of thing. And we were exploring different parts of Utah to enjoy the state that we live in. And because it was more feasible, more affordable, more doable, especially with, younger kids. And anyway, James and I are going to start doing a bunch of that. And we can stay in hotels if necessary, but he also has, the thing he built for in his car where you can sleep in it, and that saves a lot of money. We have a pop-up poop tent, and anyway, but we're going to start going and exploring, especially as I'm now so much more physically able, and will be even more once we're back on the Xolair, and once we get this next procedure done in my spine, able to go and enjoy. Guys, when we were in Colorado, I rode a bike. I don't know if I told you guys that, but I did. I rode a bike. I finally used that bike seat that we bought at least a year ago. And I need to finish editing. And today I'm going to edit for 2 hours. But I did a review video of that bike seat and everything. I rode for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I felt wonderful. The only thing that bothered me, my hands and wrists. And so we're going to invest in some arthritis-friendly grips. And then, hell, we're going to ride. Ride and hike and walk and explore. Utah. Oh, God, I would love to live in Colorado, Alyssa. Did you know the gas is cheaper there? The cost of living is slightly higher, though Utah is so expensive now that it's not a huge difference anymore. Used to be, but not now. But the gas is far more affordable in Colorado. It was very strange. That really surprised us because, I mean, things are expensive. God, so expensive. But the gas was way cheaper. And the people were just delightful. Oh, I loved the people. Except in Telluride. Didn't love them. Lab, to live in Connecticut. I was a nanny in Connecticut, many of you know. And I lived in Monroe, Connecticut. It was in New Haven County. Beautiful little town. Fairly close to Bridgeport, but more kind of tucked away, hacked out of the woods, no sidewalks, affluent little area. We lived on a golf course. Yeah, I was a nanny. What are you going to do? And our backyard was the golf course. Isn't that wild? Wild. Alyssa, I've heard that, but I've also heard that it's gorgeous. James was recently on a bike trip with a bunch of his bike people, and they went to Breckenridge, and the footage and photos, it looks just so freaking gorgeous. And they also have the swing, that goes out. And so I'm going to do it. But I wouldn't want to live there, certainly. Oh, Bonnie, that's fabulous. My sister, many of you know, she travels the world. Like, she just got back from Europe. So she's not married, no kids, educated, good job, take care of her own thing, her own money, and she travels, and it's so wonderful. And if you weren't here earlier to hear, her and I are now finally going to make happen our trip to visit and pay our respects to Ernest Hemingway in Ketchum, Idaho. We are doing that in October. It is happening. Yeah, Judy, absolutely. Connecticut is how the other half lives. No, it's true. It's so true. And it's frustrating. Oh, you grew up in East Haven. How about that, Lab? Yeah. So referencing back to our last live stream and our discussions on the for-profit healthcare system in America and health insurance and all that bullshit. One of my girlfriends, she was a fellow nanny. She was dating a guy while we were living in Connecticut, and we went to his house. But it wasn't actually his house. It was his aunt and uncle's home, but his uncle was dead. So it was only his aunt and him who lived there. This is important. I had never seen a house like that before in my life. I had never seen anything like that. Up close and personal and able to go in. And the kind where they have indoor and outdoor pools and tennis courts and basketball and 2 guest houses and all of those things. And then, of course, the house itself, which had 4 washing machines and 4 dryers, clothes dryers. I had never seen anything like that in my life. And it was only him and his aunt who lived there. And guess what her late husband had done for a living? Just guess. Go ahead and guess. Oh, I went to Danbury many times, Lab. It was lovely. Someday I will go to Hawaii, Judy. Someday. I'm glad you were able to do that. But guess what this woman's late husband had done for a living so that he ended up and they ended up with a hotel-sized house, a resort-sized and accommodated with all the trimmings home. Yes, Pamela. How could you possibly guess? How could you possibly guess? And at the time, I thought it was so cool and I was so lucky and this is so awesome being with the other half. So impressed that he was the CEO of a massive insurance conglomerate. I'm not impressed anymore. I'm disgusted. Disgusted. Yeah. while people are dying from absolutely preventable, treatable illnesses and situations, while they also pay exorbitant healthcare premiums and still get denied. Yeah. But we're getting ready to end, and I wanted to end on something happier. So let's shift gears back to dreaming. So we've talked about in the UK, we will have a tea party. We will dress up. And then elsewhere, like for instance, when we meet at the Somewhere in Time hotel, I think it's called the Grand. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong if you happen to know. But we could meet there. They also do like a tea situation. And they have gardens and, whatnot. How lovely to meet up. And then in Colorado, in Durango, they have beautiful parks and there's pavilions and gazebos, and oh, how much fun that would be. And we could all bring picnic lunches. Yes, Pamela, absolutely. Germany, Oktoberfest. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. And then in, what is it, the Netherlands that has the tulips? Am I right? Am I wrong? Isn't it the Netherlands with the tulips? To meet at one of those tulip gardens that have the rows and rows, like rainbow rows of roses of tulips. Ugh. Oh, Bonnie, the Sheboygan Insane Asylum. Yeah, that's another thing. We could meet up and do like haunted tours of places, explore some graveyards, explore some haunted houses. Oh, we could have so much fun. No. We will have so much fun. You and me. All of us. Now, things I will prepare you for, and anyone who has met me knows this. Yes, I am this loud, and even louder in person. It just is. Right, Reggie? He's nodding his head. I am louder in person. I know here I am a lot. I am more in person, especially when meeting up with Frugal Friends or Obsessions or any of our viewers, our YouTube friends. I am a lot. I hug. I'm a hugger. I very rarely am the one to end the hug. That's on purpose. And if you are not feeling awkward or uncomfortable, then you're not having one of my hugs. I strive to be obnoxious when it comes to my hugs, but it is with love. It is with love. Because if you're going to make the effort to meet up with me, and if fate is going to allow us to make that happen, you're getting a top tier Julie hug. So prepare yourself for that. And if you're not a hugger, you're going to have to let me know ahead of time, because otherwise I'm just jumping on you. You know what I'm saying? Those are important things to know. Okay? And yes, I swear like a sailor. And yes, I am this animated. And yeah, I'm a lot. I'm a lot. Well, lab, get yourself ready. Let's make it happen. The old Baraboo Inn. Ooh, that sounds delightful, Bonnie. No, Judy, I've never been to the Amityville house in person. I've watched the movies, the documentaries, all of those things, but have not actually been there, no. Ooh, Judy, that sounds delicious. Oh, yes. Yeah, I am also going to finally get the videos done from during our Colorado trip. And specifically, I'm going to get all of them done, but specifically the ones where I went and explored the ghost towns and abandoned miners' homes and all of that. I had some experiences, guys. I had some experiences. Now, you all know I believe in energy and not necessarily ghosts per se, but energies, essence, shadows. I firmly believe that Jenny is still with us in this house. Some piece of her, some part of her is in this house. And definitely there are things that become absorbed into walls and structures and foundations. I don't know how to explain that really, but that is something I strongly believe that those energies, get absorbed into buildings, into places, And I absolutely felt some of that in some of those places I went. So I think I'm going to work on the video about Olivia's car, and that'll be for Frugal Family Flies Again, and the videos about the haunted, well, not necessarily haunted, but the ghost towns and abandoned buildings. I think I'm going to prioritize those videos. Yeah, Judy, I had heard that they had changed the windows, those iconic windows. They did that for a reason. And you know what? It is what it is. It's their property. They paid a fortune for it. It's their prerogative. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Ooh, Bonnie. And look, I love lighthouses anyway, haunted or otherwise. I love lighthouses. We'll add that to the list. Oh, Judy, that sounds delightful. All right, you guys, I gotta go. That medicine that does help suppress all the coughing. You might have noticed once it kicked in, there's been a lot less of the coughing and everything. It's a great medication, but it does. In fact, I can see it as I'm looking at my eyes. I don't know if you can tell, but I can certainly tell the tired is kicking in. So I think I'm going to take just a little cat nap. Again, we are not putting life on hold. We're not doing that. And I have things I'm doing today, but I think just a little cat nap is the ticket. Yeah, Alyssa, I was able to visit with some of Jenny's family when they came out here for Alan's funeral. They came and spent some time here with me. Yeah. And it was lovely. But anyway, yeah, gonna take just a little cat nap. Then I'm going to get out my lap, table, desk, get the computer up here, get more coffee going, and do my 2 hours of editing. Yes, we will get together tomorrow, Pamela. I'm going to go ahead and set a time and work life around that time. Tomorrow is Labor Day, but I don't have any plans. So let's make plans. Let's plan on 1 o'clock, Mountain Daylight Time, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Let's get together for American Labor Day. And I don't know yet what we're going to talk about. It'll be a Menopause Monday. So come with menopausal or menstrual or being a woman or knowing a woman or living with a woman concerns and questions and thoughts and stories and anecdotes, and we will discuss all of them. And I will wear pink. And if you want to wear pink, that would be lovely too. Anyway. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. My God, look at this. We are almost 3 hours of live streaming. I am not promising that we'll be doing that much tomorrow because I'll have the whole family here. But oh my God, Good job, guys. Good job. Anyway, okay. Be well, be safe. Know that you are loved and that you matter. You matter so much. And I am so glad that you are here and that you are alive and that you are a part of this. And the world is better with you in it. And I truly mean that. And I'm so grateful for you. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time.